very crucial heat for everyone, really. But for Julian Wilson in particular, who's chasing down his first world title. He's up against Caio, Ibelli, and Ethan Ewing. Should be a great heat. Ethan, the youngest surfer on the championship tour, struggling with big results this season. Also hasn't backed himself up well on the QS, so he needs a very impressive finish to the year if he's going to maintain his place on the CT in 2018. And here he goes. Let's see what he can do. Drives off the bottom, climbs up over that foam. Bit of green wall to play with now. Digs into a nice carve. Doesn't really get a big finish on the closeout, just the 2 turns.
Well, a big happy birthday to Caio Ibelli yesterday, turning 24 years of age. But just watching Ethan Ewing, you know, even say that, I mean, he's in a position right now on the QS as well as the CT. He's got some opportunities in front of him, but, you know, if Ethan weren't to, say, requalify.
See Caio Ibelli ducking under that one, Ethan. He's going to swing one more time. Solid first turn. You saw those fins disengage for a moment and really places his board nicely on the closeout section there. Great style.
And then, you know, he'll put a certain style and approach into it, but there's no standard maneuver that he has. It's always just like whatever the section allows him for. It's a very unique. I mean, drives through that maneuver. That's that 2-turn combo that we've been talking about, you know, putting it together, carrying a lot of speed. Look at this. That section a little flatter, but he just lays into it. Drifts around those hips. He's got such good ability and rotation in those hips. And I think that's, again, a little bit more than anyone else on tour, is that he's able to twist underneath and centers his body. I'd love to have another actual look at that, but you can see when he twists, he rotates through the hips, which is, again, through the core. I mean, that's youth, a lot of it. But it's great technique where he just centers over his board and he still gets such great rotation through the maneuver, but it doesn't look like he's ever going to fall because he's so centered.
Well rewarded on that last ride of 7.17 as Caio gets his shot at it. Driving up into this section. Wow, very committed, but unsuccessful on that attempt. 24 minutes to go.
And when you do that, you get that drift too. You slide, you push too hard.
Busy start to the heat, working out pretty well for Ethan at the moment. He's just let go of 2 more very solid turns. An awkward fall at the end there, but love the commitment on the first move. It seems to be getting stronger with each ride. Julian Wilson now up. Well, let's see what Julian can do. Beautiful float to get back out in front of this section. And there is a man on a mission.
As he should be. I mean, this is at 3rd in the rankings. He's got to make a significant move into the win column once again.
Yeah, it was good fun out there. It was, the tide comes in so quick here, so I knew it was going to kind of move in and be a bit chunkier. And at the start, I was kind of couldn't really see which ones I wanted, and then that first 7 I got was exactly kind of what I was looking for. So
if he can find himself back into those semis and finals.
20.5 minutes to go here. Caio Ibelli yet to put a decent number up. His rivals are getting away from him. He's going to try and change that here. A lot of speed for this section. A huge maneuver. Wow. Big floating re-entry. Just fell out of the sky and planted it with ease.
So again, he got 2 maneuvers, but he didn't quite have that top to bottom, that combination of maneuvers. He had to chase down that final section, but you know what? When he had that closeout move, carried a ton of speed. So very exciting maneuver there from Caio. Definitely going to be his best wave, and he's going to put himself right in the mix here. I mean, that last score, Julian Wilson, you kind of we looked at each other like, you know, 6'5". But look at this, carries so much speed into this steep section and just gives it all of it. Free falls to the bottom. That's a scary section. See, again, when he gets to the lip, you got to compress and absorb the energy, but he didn't really even absorb it. He just laid into it, glided off of it. And that's what made it so exciting. A lot of times you can go up there and you'll compress the energy, and what it does is it slows you down, but not for Caio. He laid into it. This was the 6.5, and I guess so if we can look at this again and talk about that first maneuver, you know, it was a little bit off-timed, and there was a backwash and a rib that came through. Very good finish, you know, nice finish, solid finish. So I'm liking where we went with the score here now that I saw the replay. You know, you look at these final sections here, this is the kind of flow that he has. He just missed that first section. I think that was the difference between him and what we saw from Ethan Ewing, which went a little bit higher.
Well, much like the last heat, this one's going to be very close as we approach the halfway mark. Caio Ibelli just dropped the 7.5 and he is shacked at the moment.
Woo!
And he comes out. So getting the first real decent barrel ride of the day.
Hey, and when you come out like that, you're going to see scores go upwards. Look at this. Behind it, you're like, I don't know, there's a foam ball there. And he comes out, so nice work there. It's going to go excellent.
And I guess you can get in danger here. We've got a lot of right-handers reeling through. You can put the blinders on somewhat.
And they give you that opportunity. We've seen it through this morning, especially now at the higher tide. I mean, look, he's paddling back out, and he's all, whoa, look at this. Little corner, maybe. Shore break section. Pulls right in. Deep barrel. Spits, and then comes out after it. And that always pleases the judges. When you can see a wave spit, and you don't come out, and then you come out after, you know you're deep.
16 minutes to go. Julian Wilson, he'll have to fire up now. Hanging on to a 6.5. Needs a big number to get himself the lead. An 8.83. We'll see him make the jump. Goes to the big air reverse. Can't quite stick it.
Love it. I love that when, you know, these top seeds, especially guys like Julian, get a little bit of pressure put on him. And he has got such a mixed bag of his air moves. You know, he'll do all sorts of different grabs from slobs to frontside, especially on the forehand. Again, taking a look here, carrying a ton of speed for this first section. And one of the things that I think that is another strength of Julian's is the fact that he can bring that very strong rail game, some of the best in the business, and his technique in the air. Again, one of the best in the business. It's so well-rounded. I mean, if you're going to look maybe at what, you know, improvements.
40 heat wins, you're pretty much guaranteed that title. And for requalification, it's not as many heat wins as you think, as Ethan Ewing lights up that first section. This guy is chasing quite a few. He hasn't had many this season. And this is a solid ride, one of the best we've seen from Ethan in 2017. But he's chasing an 8.16.
Well, you do remember the very first event, which seems like a decade ago. He did post a 9-point ride in a non-winning heat for him, you know, but that was the kind of number. I mean, when you come out of the gates in a CT, your first CT of the year, and you put up a 9, you're like, oh, okay, let's see if he can put a 9 right now. I mean, that's what he needs in order to get through this heat. Beautiful first turn, really laid into it, very committed. Getting a bit loose through the second maneuver, and, you know, very well put together wave. You know, will it go into excellent range? You'd have to feel like this first turn, I mean, look at how he compresses and slides, and that's how he absorbs the energy, is by compressing those shock absorbers over your knees and legs.
But what's been missing is those big knockout punch turns, and the first hit there was solid, and it's going to fetch him one of his better wave scores all season, an 8.4, and he's back out in front to commentate this year in order to get...
You start doing the numbers. I
think you're safe.
Am I?
Yeah, I think you're safe. Here we go. Caio Ibelli trying to turn this one. He needs a 7.75. A tricky wave to surf. Not really that kind of predictable canvas that he had on some of his earlier rides.
Well, and when you have those lefts that are breaking a little bit further out.
Just 10 seconds remaining, and Ethan Ewing could be about to claim heat win number 3. Julian Wilson's going to try and change that, but Ethan, he's got that priority. He's going to go a well-surfed heat, flowing in the beginning to establish a bit of a lead, and then really starting to push hard on the back foot to take his scores into the excellent range. And he is now marching past that second round, which he hates.
He surfed to his potential there. Absolutely. I mean, from start to finish, even that very finish wave, it was awesome to see Ethan Ewing.